Good evening. Imagine, if you will, James Bond's uncle, the family's principal non-achiever, a small-time publisher, grizzled and boozy, and strongly deploring his overzealous nephew's habit of wiping out Russians as if there were simply so many flies in the kitchen. Imagine that, and you have an approximation of Sean Connery in The Russia House. For here he plays a reluctant spy, a Russophile dragged into post-Glasnost espionage when a Soviet scientist and dedicated peacenik, Klaus Maria Brandauer, sends him a manuscript purporting to reveal all the Soviets' arms secrets. The intermediary in this is Moscow mother, divorcee, and translator Michelle Pfeiffer. Unfortunately, the document falls into the hands of the British Secret Service, otherwise known as James Fox, who immediately calls in the CIA, otherwise known as Roy Scheider, and hugely excited, the pair of them send Connery back to Russia to make contact with Brandauer and find out more. But of course, the one he makes most contact with, proving that when delectable women are about, Bond's uncle will be no slower off the mark than his nephew, is Pfeiffer.
Are you Mr. Bartholomew Scott Blair?
Oh, for God's sake.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you a publisher?
Yes.
Are you a spy?
No.
Are you alone in this, or were you sent by others?
Answer.
I'm alone.
Jesus.
I'm alone, and that's the God's truth. Never been more alone.
Well, what ensues is not so much a spy thriller. Indeed, there's a noticeable lack of action and thrills as a literate and tender love story. No Smersh assassins here, no Q with his bizarre gadgets, coffee percolators that turn into rocket launchers, self-destructing jockstraps and the like. The dramatic thrust comes from Connery's gradual awareness that he's being double-crossed by his Anglo-American spy masters, whose own self-interest dictates that the Cold War should continue. Connery's ultimate choice, therefore, has to be between his country and his lover. So no, this is not your conventional spy movie, but it's nonetheless enjoyable for that. Tom Stoppard has done a neat and witty job of adapting John le Carré's novel. The Moscow and Leningrad settings are lavish and fresh, and Fred Skepps's confident direction nicely disguises the fact that not a lot really happens. Brandauer is excellent, but too briefly seen. James Fox and Roy Scheider give flesh and blood to run-of-the-mill roles, and Ken Russell, yes, that Ken Russell, white of hair and beetroot of complexion, hams cheerfully away as one of their sidekicks. But inevitably, the film stands or falls by the May-October romance between Pfeiffer and Connery, she looking as ever like delicate porcelain, and he a rumbling old volcano of a lover. There may be snow on the peaks, but my word, there's fire in the belly.
Ленинграда до сих пор видны следы пулеметных очередей, как косили по домам. А Шостакович...
He is talking about the siege. The Germans were 4 kilometers from Leningrad on the south side. You can still see the marks of the machine gun fire in the old buildings in the outskirts.
I love you. All my failings were preparations for me.
The city refused to accept defeat. Shostakovich still composed his music.
It's like nothing I've ever known. It's unselfish love. Grown-up love. You know it is.
Barley, please.
It's mature, absolute, thrilling love.
You have bewitched my family. My children think all you British are now Santa Claus in beautiful tweed clothes.
There's no Santa Claus. Nobody is what he seems, except you.
Why do you want to take away my rights? Go and sit down. I hope you are not being frivolous, Wally. My life now only has room for truth.
Well, I reckon his interest in her is rather more understandable than hers in him, but because they're both on top form, the romance works. You believe in it, and like them, you find yourself anxiously hoping for the happy ending. However, on now to our regular look at the top 10 films in America.